Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name is DB333, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, Kaiserreich as, well, I was going to say Serbia, but as you can see, we're no longer Serbia, we are Yugoslavia. And so let's go ahead and see exactly what that has entailed. A resurgent Serbian state has won stunning victories against the Bulgarian and Austrian empires. Today, a new state of southern Slavs has been declared in Yugoslavia, formally uniting Serbs, Croats, and Slovenes into one united state. The concept of this country has been known as Yugoslavia for quite some time. It's expected that this name will become the de facto name for the new state. The nation of Illyria was a previous attempt at creating such a nation, but under Croatian leadership. It remains to be seen how viable Yugoslavia is as a country. Let's hope this will bring peace in the Balkans. Now, I'll be honest, I am a little behind. It's been a while. I don't know when was the last time I recorded a video for this. I can actually go and check, I think. This is all the new TNO stuff, by the way. It has almost been a month. Oh, dear. I do apologize. Real life stuff's gone in the way. I'm sure I've talked about it a little bit before. It's nothing dramatically different. Play. Real life issues. Those have all kind of gone in the way up until now. But, I'm getting my ass into gear and I'm starting recording, if only because, I know the new update is coming out, I want to say the 23rd or 24th, one of those days. Either way, that's going to invalidate a bunch of my saves, and I realized, okay, it's probably something that I should just go ahead, bite the bullet, and just get working on. So, here we are. Says I can go ahead. I'm already integrating some of these areas, or maybe not. Doesn't look like I am. Well, let's go ahead and do Dalmatia, Kotor, Sirmian. Oh, was that, I'm trying to remember what it was called. I remember we sent little guys, I think before the war started, to infiltrate, and I guess this is, kind of connecting back to that. So that's interesting. A little rusty, by the way. I do know that, in the last video, Bulgaria decided to declare war on us for some reason. So, yeah. So, anyway. Hi, Slovenia. After centuries of struggle, the seven Slavs have finally been united into one. The newly formed state of Yugoslavia stands tall at last. It is a dream that it's a dream come true of pan-Yugoslavism and the triumphant end of Serbia's role as a Piedmont of South Slavs. Can we now rest and stand down in peace? Alas, much like our national anthem calls, we stand on the doorstep of gorges. Several nations, separated by hundreds of years of history, have been united into one. It will take a long time to integrate all of them, especially as their interests oftentimes conflict with that of our own. The Croats, for example, were generally happy with autonomy within the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It seems the Serbs as nothing but conquerors, while the Serbs believe that their role as Piedmont of South Slavs entitles them to a leading role in Yugoslavia as well. This game will be based around 90-day rounds, during which players' task is to spend political capital on the patronage of each of the major ethnic groups in Yugoslavia. At the start of each round, each ethnic group will generate a minimum of PC investment. Investing around the limit will improve the relationship with them by a certain level, whereas failing to meet this limit will worsen it by the level. Complete Folk Island of Yugoslavia branch if you treated to gain benefits, and win the game by successfully completing the Brotherhood and Unity focus. We currently have 10 political capital, and we gain H each turn. We can directly invest a maximum of 5 political capital in a specific ethnic group, but foci and events may change this amount. The current effects of Yugoslavia's major ethnic groups can be seen hovering around each nation's coat of arms below. Interesting. Okay. So let's look at the Serbs. The most numerous of the ethnicities in Yugoslavia, the Serbs have a proud history stretching from the medieval times, see themselves as a natural leading people of South Slavs. They commonly stress that they were the first to achieve independence. that they played the same role in Yugoslavia as Piedmont did in Italy, and Prussia and Germany, and that they were often the harbinger of progress and abolishers of serfdom in a dim and backward region. While Moravian Serbia, centered in Belgrade, is their core, Serbs are distributed across all of Yugoslavia, in Croatia, Bosnia, Vojvodina, and Macedonia, most notably. Serbs living in the first three are commonly referred to as the Briganti, those across the river, and were the strongest supporters of Illyrian unification in Serbia. So we have very good relations with them anyway. They want 3 political capital and patronage this turn. Okay. The second most numerous group of all ethnicities in Yugoslavia, the Croats dominate the region of Slavonia, Dalmatia, and certain regions in Bosnia that are predominantly Catholic. The Kingdom of Croatia has existed continuously since the 900s and maintained its autonomy even after even under Hungarian and Habsburg rule, an autonomy which the Croats fiercely defend and will resist against any talk of unitarian structure coming from Belgrade. Though the bulk of Croatia's political establishment was satisfied with the formation of Illyria after the Weltkrieg, this is by no means a universal belief. There are Croats, especially in Dalmatia, who subscribe to the Yugoslav ideal and see it as a way to defend Croatia from being partitioned by foreign powers, especially resurgent Italy seeking to take over Dalmatia. So we have okay relations, it seems. Next we have the Bosniaks. They are sometimes named Yugoslav Muslims owing to their presence outside of Bosnia. The Bosniaks are generally concentrated in the aforementioned regions and are defined by their Muslim faith. In the Ottoman Empire, Bosnia was a stronghold of conservatism, dominated by its Muslim aristocracy, which opposed the Tanzimat reforms and constantly fought against the development of local nationalism. And this continued under Habsburg occupation. Here serfdom remained longer than elsewhere in Europe, only abolished in the 1920s. The Bosniak estates continued to dominate the countryside. The change of the masters is generally irrelevant to the Bosniaks. As long as the new Serbian regime knows its limits, does not infringe on Muslim rights, they are likely to cooperate. Okay. Next we have the Slovenes. Living in the northmost regions of Yugoslavia, the Slovenes had been under the rule of the Holy Roman Empire and later Habsburgs for almost a millennia, yet never abandoned their language and culture. Linguistically and culturally, they are somewhat distant from the Serbs and Croats, and their position towards the Yugoslav project is one of concerned pragmatism. While not as proud of their autonomy as Croats, they nevertheless are concerned with their autonomy, or lack thereof. Generally seek to play a kingmaker role in the National Assembly to extract concessions. They are also the most prosperous and modernized region of Yugoslavia, which serves as another issue, a concern that their wealth and prosperity will be taxed and funneled to the impoverished South. Okay, so I can do... Okay, so they don't want that much. That's not bad. Then you have the other Yugoslavs. Centuries of history and the mixing ethnic groups have led to an extremely diverse ethno-linguistic landscape in Yugoslavia. Montenegrins and Macedonians generally see themselves as something different than the 4 largest nationalities, not even talking about those non-Slavic minorities. Of those, the Albanians in Kosovo are the most numerous, followed by Hungarians, Germans, and the Romanians and Vojvodina, Dalmatian Italians on the coast, and Jews dispersed across the nation's cities. Their interests and demands are as varied as they are themselves. Good to know. Well, I'll give... How much do they want? Just 1. These guys want 5. Bosnians want 1. Give a little extra to the Slovenes, and then 1 to the Serbs. We might take a bit of a hit with the Serbs, but I think we're doing pretty well generally, so I'm not too worried about that right now. We'll wait and see in a second. We got a research slot, so we'll go ahead and get that going. And I don't think I've read any of this before. If I have, and we're just going over the same stuff, I do apologize. It's been a month. And, yeah. These guys want to send us stuff? Sure, why not? So new national focus set. Well. What was it? Brotherhood and Unity. Ooh, so we could integrate Bulgaria. That would be interesting. Now that would be fun. Interesting. Okay. Let's go ahead and integrate the railway system, start things off. Before we can begin to integrate our northern acquisitions, we have to connect them to the capital of a union. Our borders no longer coincide with the main railroad tracks of the Habsburg Empire. Cities once connected to Vienna or Budapest must be reconnected to a Yugoslav rail network, and the Austrian policy of limiting intercommunication between South Slavic regions must be reversed. That'll give us a little extra political power per turn. And, yeah, I think from here... Let's get back to beating up Bulgarians. Fate of conspiracy was bypassed. That's good. I think we dealt with it already, actually. Beating back these guys. What ended up happening there? Mikhail. Oh, hey, buddy. I was seeing you in TNO. I've seen a lot of, Mikhail today. I will pin him there. But yeah, Sardinia's capitulated. It's a nice day for socialism, isn't it? Not in the new world, but the old world holds strong. Go and split in two. Although it would seem the Germans are just kind of here. There's not much they can do. Actually, fair enough. The Kingdom of Lithuania. You know, I can't say I particularly care about what happens there. Yeah, you guys do that. I'm fine with that. Just push more into Bulgaria. Oh, we have the fate of Burgenland. That's interesting. All right, that. I'll give it to Austria. The fall of Riga. Must suck to suck. And we actually... I was a little worried when I saw the encirclement, but this works out beautifully. Okay, I have to make sure... Is that easy? Can I just take all of it? It was that easy. We just took all of it. Beautiful. So next it looks like we can integrate Bosnia. Shall do. Zabadni Banat. Let's do it. Livonia looks like can't integrate the rest of those, but we are doing okay on integrating a couple of them. The rest. And then is there going to be something that I could transfer that to? Because that's a little... I was about to say Subcarpathian. We can only give it to Czechs, so I guess we'll give it to Czechs. That checks out. You know what? We must liberate them. It's really the only answer we have at this point. Not the only answer. We could integrate them, but there's going to be something soon enough. Well, our primary goal of defeating Austria achieved, many are asking a question of what now? Even alliances in the Balkans have often been short time. Some more idealistic voices have been promoting the idea of turning the Belgrade back into a long-term alliance. Not only defend the Balkans against foreign threats, but also cooperate economically and bring prosperity to both Serbia and Romania. More pessimistic voices point out that all the perceived problems, ideological differences, Westbonot, disbelief over whether the Balkan nation can really stand up against behemoths such as Germany and Russia on their own. Regardless, should our government endorse the idea of a long-term cooperation, it will greatly increase the odds of our alliance staying together. I think it was just a one war thing, I'll be honest. It's a nice thought. It's a very nice thought. I don't think it'll work out. Western Thrace. Nah. Give it to them. No reason not to. Then, of course, military occupation, which would be nice, but... yeah. So we have an... Yeah, you guys, I try... Yep, there we go. Got old, Togliatti. Figuring that out. Guess let's do mechanized offensive. And then go from there. Here's some non-aggression pact. China versus Qing. Well done. I'll wait till the yeah, we can ease up on conscription. I guess we'll demobilize the economy too. And then we have some unassigned divisions, it would seem. Very well. How many troops can we support? A couple, actually. Not bad. The formation of Yugoslavia has prompted a major change in political spectrum. The Liberals and the Serbian Republican Party have taken the advantage to show their commitment to Yugoslavism by proclaiming the formation of the first Yugoslav political party in history, the Republican Democratic Party. Aiming to dismantle the forming ethno-political wedges across the country, declares that it will stand only for the interest of all of Yugoslavia, rather than any specific ethnic group. The Republican Party, the Croat-Serb coalition, and the Yugoslav Democratic Party in Slovenia were the main building blocks of this alliance. Much like its predecessor, the RDS has been declared illegal almost upon inception. The struggle against authoritarianism will likely determine its future. For the time being, however, it remains a minor force in the underground Democrat scene. Well, that's cute. With the Republic of Austria still late years under Yugoslav control, the Austrian military was certain enough control over its own borders, but a semblance of autonomy is now possible. This is not independence, far from it, but it does mean that they are no longer have to rely on Yugoslavian troops to secure their borders, and are thus not so tightly under our control. So be it. I think we'll go back to speed 5. And yeah, civilian factories. Yeah, quite a decent some decent room for industry, at least, it seems. build some stuff and all here. Let's do the People's Republics next. We must heed the calls for decentralization, organize Yugoslavian into autonomous People's Republics, focused around the specific ethnic groups, all controlled by the Federal Socialist Workers' Party. This will appease the needs of federationists without slipping our grip over the control of a state. It's not like the worst idea. It sounds like you need some more autonomy to make this work. And then that's the month tick. In case the doesn't work, I can load an autosave and try another time. Well, excellent. Appears our attempts to join the Third National have borne through. Today, diplomats of Commune of France met with our officials, formally accepting our request to rejoin our former brothers in arms in their future conflict against capitalists. In the coming days, a formal treaty will be signed between the Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia and members of Third International, solidifying our reforged diplomatic bonds. Allies once again. Wonderful. Yeah, very nice. The Socialist Workers' Party was unique, and it kept contact with its peers across borders long before the formation of Yugoslavia. The SRP and its counterparts in the area with the same name cooperated on joint policy and future plans. Now that South Slavs have been reunited, it's only natural that a Congress will be held in Vukovar to unite all socialist factions into a single unified fist. Even the socialists have been invited, even though they once broke from the Orthodox SRP after the Sintramasi split. So it's not guaranteed that the party will unify. 2 decades of separation have left for impact. The ideological line of Illyrian and Serbian socialists has diverged. The former more in line with Western syndicalism, and the latter seeking to tread a uniquely South Slavic path. Well, let's wait for results. Well, okay, Poland. I didn't want to have a non-aggression back anyway. You can also join the their little research thing. Much like the rest of the Islamic world, Sufi lodges are prolific among the Balkan Muslims, disseminating their spiritual teachings in informal gatherings, learning circles, and other venues, be it public or private. Though they were never banned or scourged by the Austro-Hungarian government, they were supervised and are put under jurisdiction of mainline religious clerics, practice which has continued under Yugoslav administration. After the conquest of Bosnia, the government in Belgrade reestablished the Islamic religious community, a centralized institution controlled by an appointed chief cleric and a four-member council with jurisdiction over Muslim religious affairs. Mainstream Muslim clerics have no love for the alternative interpretation of Islam that the Sufi offer, however, and so have begun using this institution to enforce Sharia law for the entire Muslim community in Yugoslavia. An interreligious conflict is brewing in Bosnia, and the government is forced to take a side. Curtailed the imams for a while. Let's appease with Sufi. Okay. Ooh. Congress was attended by socialists of ideological alignments across Yugoslavia. Several weeks of debate, discussion, and conflict have finally concluded in a mostly comprehensive agreement. From here on, a vast popular front shall be built from Serbian and Illyrian socialists, the Socialist Workers' Party of Yugoslavia, which shall continue the role of the Serbian SRP as the only legal party and guiding force of a socialist state. Not everyone has agreed with this merger, however. Citing the dedication of Serbian socialists towards a purported Serbian socialism, French-inspired socialists and trade unionists in Croatia have broken to form a left-wing opposition to the ruling party, the Syndicalist Party. Immediately as an example of leftist deviation, the Syndicalists have been purged from political posts and workplaces and thus driven underground. So, be it. And I think with that, boys, it's time to end it here. Glad to be back with this. I'm hoping to, I mean, it's Thursday. It's going to go up to the day I'm recording this. I'm hoping to get a chance to get another video done tomorrow. Although, my main thing is I got to finish up the TNO series because the update for that is coming out Saturday, allegedly. Not that I don't believe it, but I don't want to give myself too much hope. So, yeah. But I'll try to get back to this as soon as I can. So, yeah, that's it for now, boys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, leave a like. If not, feel free to dislike. If you want to see more of this content in the future, hit the sub button for more uploads every weekday. Well, not every. Most weekdays. Well, every weekday once I get my shit together, as well as Saturdays. If you have any comments, feedback, concern, leave in the comment section below. I read all the comments I get. I appreciate any feedback you might have for me. If you want to chat, play games, anything of the sort, check out my Discord. If you want to see me back to my every month, check out my Patreon. If you want to see me do this live, I have a Twitch. I'll put you down in the description box below. That's really it for now, boys. My name has been DB333. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.